Hello, hello, and welcome. This is going to be a general collective reading for anyone who is invited, anyone who is pulled this way, anyone who has clicked on this video, welcome. This is for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then check something else. Check something more specific, doing more videos for the signs. So be on the lookout for those. And first, today, this is going to be for the next 2 or 3 days. What's going on in the next 2 or 3 days or so? You know, time is fluid, whatever. Is time even real? Okay. So, for our angel card today, we've got Counselor. Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Okay, a lot of times we don't even know who we're affecting. It's hard to actually contain it. Okay, it's hard to actually figure out if you're doing it or not, or quantify it. You know, how can we, I helped this many people. Well, you never can really even know, because there's such subtle things that cannot be measured. You are affecting energies. You are affecting just so much more than you could ever even imagine. So let's go ahead and pull one more. Get a general vibe for the reading. Healthy lifestyle. Again, I love this because I just decided to put this one on my actual regular channel, I believe. So I don't normally do that, but I'm going to start doing maybe just some general and health-minded sort of videos, sort of tarot. You know, I've been doing a lot on the twin flames, but I feel like obviously another passion of mine is helping out people with their health. And I think that from what I've learned about tarot, I mean, there's no way that it couldn't help with health. Just to be very, very general. Okay, so we have meditate and contemplate. So that goes along with a healthy lifestyle and honestly a counselor, because when you're dealing with a lot of stuff every day and dealing with other people's stuff, especially like high drama type of anything like that, like a counselor would, you know, you really need that time to meditate and reset and let everything out and all of that stuff. So, okay, we'll pull another one. I was just thinking, well, should we? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Ooh, I love that. That's great for all of us, because I know a lot of people have been going through so much. I think August is going to be a pretty good month, honestly. I don't want to get you alarmed, but September might be different. I'll talk about it later once we get a little bit closer to September. Just go ahead and pull an animal card as well, since I gravitated towards these next. We got blue heron. I see a lot of those over here in my area, actually. So the energy of that card. Make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. Well, I just love that too. Okay? So we've got make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. Okay? Shirk off that disapproval that is not even a real thing. A lot of times it's just... And what I'm getting is, to be a counselor, to help other people, you really need to help yourself. You really need to focus on yourself. Focus on your own self. Focus on getting yourself. Our main goal really should be to be just wise and pay attention to the signs of our angels, because they obviously want to help us, and they're very capable of doing that. They can help us. I think everything goes hand in hand for me. I mean, obviously I've got this other channel that's starting this more spiritual side, and then I've got this KlaireeBerry channel, and so my cards are backwards already here. I'll just pull out as overall energy. It's just one of those things. So meditate and contemplate the end of a tough cycle and healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle helps on all fronts, and especially the spiritual side. But also, when you have these tough cycles, it's really important to stay healthy. It's really important to let your body be anticipatory of the healthy things that are coming to it so that you're craving it, making it easier on yourself. You just get in that good cycle of being healthy where you don't even have to think about it, because that's just what you do. You just get enough sleep. You just eat a healthful diet. That's just, you're not a nut. You're not a sleep, an oversleeper. You just get enough sleep and you exercise and you are a healthy person. That's just like, that is your reality. This is what healthy people do. This is what I do. Make it happen. It's the bare minimum of what you need to do to, expect to have any kind of really connection, with the divine. I think you have to have at least, I'm not saying you have to be like extremely pure, because I'm not by any means claiming to do that or saying that I'm even trying to go there. You know what I mean? But I think overall, yeah, you look around and what you don't see are beautiful human beings. Yeah, every human being is beautiful in one and of themselves and who they are and what they really are. But as far as like living up to their divine potential as to what their DNA like really, what they should be, as not just being hijacked, they're hijacked. And this is why you get the zombies and the sheeps and all this stuff, because people just, they get totally hijacked by the social conditioning. And then it's like, there's nothing you can do, Bob. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Like that's our whole thing. It's like changing the people who don't want to change their mind. There's tons of people out there who already know what's up and who are doing great things about it. And hopefully, in the same goal as us, not only in our actions, but in our minds. We can't underestimate our minds and our mental, when you meditate, when you contemplate as a group on a whole, if you like focus on a city, they've done studies like crime goes down. So we all need to be like protecting the earth and protecting ourselves and, like raising the vibration, sending out love. There was one kind of mantra saying song that kind of got in my head from one of these videos when I was watching up on Veganism. And it was like, may all beings in all worlds experience peace and happiness, kind of like that. And it just kind of stuck with me as well. So what have we here? Okay, I gotta redo these because I like these to be over here. Just gotta do a little housekeeping. Okay, so we got some overall energy setting up over here. And go ahead and get started. I usually just jump right in. Well, it took a minute today, but here we go. Okay. All right. Working hard, everybody. It's a Tuesday. See what we got here. Ooh, are we awake this week? Are we awake this week? Overall energies. And this is going to be regarding our health. Okay. So I feel like some of us are doing good in some ways, like we may be improving in some ways, but we're still kind of torn back. Like a lot of us have been really tempted. And if you've gotten past the temptation and moved towards your new paradigm, your new, what do they call it? Timeline, excuse me, thank you. Then you're feeling really like, wow, I've made a lot of progress. I'm really healing myself in this way. But like, there might be some other ways in which you are lagging behind. Okay. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, from what I know astrologically, I feel like right now is a really good time to catch your breath from the whole season, but get ready for September. Don't just use August as like a month to just like totally just wow out and enjoy yourself, because I think that's what a lot of people might be doing a little bit. Like, I feel like we got our priorities straight. We feel like we're doing all right. We might still be fighting some old battles or demons or whatever, but I also feel like there's this balance out of like playful energy. Like, even if we're not quite doing the right things for our healing and for ourselves, then like I feel like we know we're just like not doing them. Or, if you're still in denial about it, like you're still, again, it's just like a small area of your life. I feel like overall you know, people who are going to be watching this video and drawn to this video are really using their intuition and maybe doing some inner child work. Like I've been talking about this a lot, and I really hope that is like my main goal is to help people. And once you help people heal themselves, it's not about me healing anybody. Once you help people heal themselves, then they can go help other people, and then we're all raising the vibration. So that's kind of what I'm all about right now. It's like a step beyond. So so look at the stuff you need to look at, take care of the stuff you need to take care of, think the thoughts, walk the walk. Really healing the thoughts is healing the thoughts. I didn't mean it like that. Healing the thoughts, heal all the thoughts. Okay, no, you go back to the time, you know, where you formed your beliefs. It's not inner child work. When people say inner child work, it's usually, okay, you're going back to the past to change your perception or to heal yourself or forgive yourself for what shame you might have felt by some traumatic experience. That's usually a more mainstream version of going and doing inner child work. But I think when you take it to this level, when you take it to a really personal level, and who's going to heal us except for us? Like change always starts within. So you have to really go deep. And the deepness is about the beliefs. It's about these things that happened on a regular day, you know, that we may have blocked out, we may not remember. It just wasn't that memorable, you know, for us, but it was memorable enough in the sense that, you know, this helped you like form an idea, and it may take some time. Like this is not something that, oh, you've had to struggle with since you were little. This is something that you were taught, and you never consciously like maybe even thought about it. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. But for me, it was a lot of things that were so small and so slight. I thought, it's almost like, why do I remember this? What is the deal? What is the deal with this? So this is important. It really is important to go back and find these times where you've made a belief. You have to be honest with yourself, and you have to give yourself enough time. It's like you have to give yourself enough space, the honor of giving yourself enough space to go. I always want to say, go outside, go into nature, go into your bed, go wherever your happy place is, you know, and figure this stuff out, you know. And if you want to fast, if you want to cleanse, if you want to do juice cleanse till 4, if you want to do, you know, smoothies for 3 days or what, you know, like anything, like whatever speaks to you, you know. I recommend doing something with enough calories. I always like to do the till 4 because I'm just not a huge restrictor, but I've done a couple of, you know, water fast. I did one 24-hour water fast. That's the most I've ever done. So that shows you what kind of a faster I am. But I also it was a spiritual thing, and I had a good experience with it, and it was great. And it wasn't about like weight loss or anything like that. It's about doing the work, you know, and the levels that you can reach when you kind of come out of this every day, like do this, do that. Like this is what we do. My body's, you know, 80-something% of my body's energy is going towards, you know, this whole digestion process. So it just gives your body, you know, a time. It's like, it is really underrated. And I think, you know, sometimes we're swayed against it. And it's like, why is that? Why are we swayed against that? I don't really know. But anyway, let's try to stay on task a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is kind of go through and get some clarification, please. Okay. So clarification for the 8 of Pentacles this week. Woo, okay, got the World. Let's do, okay. So we have been working, we've been making a lot of change. I feel like that's kind of a constant for a lot of people right now. You may be looking back, but you can't deny that you're starting a whole new thing. Like for me, I'm starting multiple new things, you know, and I feel like if it's not here yet, then it's coming. If you haven't had a bunch of change yet this summer, just hold on. Just, you know, not to say hold on for dear life or anything, but most people I feel like are going through something, you know, making some change. And that's great. You know, we wouldn't really want it any other way. We all bitch and we all complain, and with this lesson we learn this, but then we're smarter and we're wiser and all of this stuff at the end. So what are we, that's the whole point of realizing that nothing really can get to you, and just being chill about everything that comes your way, because that, it doesn't kill you, makes you stronger. And that's it. Sorry, my elbows are like boning up against this. So if you hear me do that, that's what that is. So anyway, we get the Lover's card. Okay. The doocy. Okay. So, that's promising, right? That is promising. And I'm sitting here thinking, when you're happy with yourself, you just have more fun. You're happier. You're ready to go. Wow. Ooh, you guys. Okay. So the Two of Cups and the Hierophant. So you're taking this love to a higher plane. And maybe you've been listening to some of my videos about twin flames, like, oh, and here I go talking about love again. A lot of you might be having some great love experiences, and it might be helping keep you healthy, and you may be using your love relationship as a way to improve yourself. And if you're not, I am going to throw this in here because it does have a lot to do. Like, stress has a lot to do with health. A lot of times when we're with a partner, we end up living longer. Like, we're more happy, protected, and things like this. And yeah, so falling in love not only with another person, but falling in love with the person that is in the mirror. Not that it's all about the outward appearance, but we know how we look when we're perceived by people. It's not necessarily about how we look, it's about how we are perceived by people. So that's, our inner is our outer. How we are perceived by people is how we feel directly on the inside. So, it's very closely related when you're talking about health and beauty and looks and, perceptions of other people. But, take it higher and higher to the next level. I think that health in general should be utilized as holistically as possible. So, if you're trying to lose weight, then you definitely want to go at it from a whole health perspective and take it higher, because you don't just want to have this shallow reason. When we do things for shallow reasons, we may not know it, but our subconscious knows it. Our higher self knows it. So what happens is you just don't even realize what you're doing to yourself. You know what I mean? So it's very, very important. Okay. So, and we have the Death card, and then we have the Knight of Wands here. So I feel like, this is just saying, it's not, the Death card doesn't mean that you're going to die. In fact, a lot of it has to do with you're going to let the things die that need to die and keep on, moving into a new way of thinking or being or, living. So that can be pretty big, that can be a new day, like a new horizon, and leaving some painful things behind. So when you eat healthy, when you take care of yourself on this holistic level, then you're just able to deal with stuff more naturally, more fluidly. You can work harder, you can play harder, you can do it's just holistic, once again. So if your mind is going higher, your spirit is going higher, then your body is going to go further as well. Your body's going to do more amazing things that you might have never even realized that your body could do. I mean, when you get into some of this stuff, it's really, really cool. So a lot of movement though towards this, this new change, towards this overall feeling, of being in love. And again, that could be with somebody else or just with yourself, since this is a personal reading and it's really general. It's kind of however it resonates, but whatever it is, take it to a higher level. Don't let it be shallow. Let the shallow parts die, because we are needed and we're needed to show up. And that's why we're coming in strong after we've done this, after we've made the change, let it go, after we've gone to the higher part of ourselves, whether you want to call it the higher power, your higher self, all of the above, we're going to that. We're going fast, because there's no need for us to stay in, the old. And I feel like we've been working on this for a long time. This isn't anything new. Oh, we're trying to start a new life. This whole year has kind of been, if it wasn't in your actions in the beginning of the year, it was in your mind, everybody starts off the year thinking, we really want to change this year, do something new. Usually, you know, most people do, I feel like. But this year, it's like, we've actually been making it a lot happen, you know? So keep going higher, okay? Okay, so moving on, kind of more into the present. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, just be patient. Keep your stuff straight, you know, up here and on this 3D earthly plane, because while we're here, you know, we have to, if we can make our lives run as smoothly as possible, then again, you know, our higher self is only going to get to go higher in the time that you save by being efficient, or that, you know, everything you're doing right on the earthly plane, you know, making that money, watching things you need to watch in your life, making sure, you know, you're showing up, you're going up, like I said, you got that plan, you know, and you're sticking to it. Like, you have a goal, like, you know what it is, you know what I mean? If you don't know what it is, then absolutely take some time. If you don't know what your why right now is, like what your underlying purpose, and I'm not just talking about work, like work, if you're working a job that is not your absolute passion, like your baby, you know, something that you can control, like from head to toe, almost, that, you know, it's just like I said, just, if your job is not a huge passion of yours, you know, then that's not the thing I'm talking about. And even if it is, you probably we need different hobbies, you know, like you need the one hobby to make money. You need the other hobby to, you know, to stay fit. You need another hobby to do this, like that. That's a good meme. I like that. So, you know, just watch over like all of the different areas of your life right now and just stay really steady. I think work on that even keel right now. And that really helps, because when you get in the momentum with your health, it's just so much easier. I mean, I can count days, you know, on calendars that I take different notes. I mean, come on, I'm a secretary. Like, I have to take notes about everything, right? So I'm like taking notes on days, you know, after, like, how on track I was, my best time, my best health, my best, you know, eating, my best exercise, all of that is tracked. And it's like, then you can see after the holiday or after this happens, then I just get off track. And so that's kind of what I've been trying to really combat over these past like year or two, is to like really noticing that and taking care of that. And again, it's kind of interesting. It's like, I try to up my steps every week. You know, I try to do different intensity minutes and this and that, try to do overalls, try to make the whole month better, try to get my, you know, different steps, like 20 days in a row or 30 days in a row or 60 days in a row, hitting all my steps, and just like all of these different little things. It's kind of fun, you know, in a way, if you're a person like that who likes to kind of quantify things. You know, I don't do it all the time, and sometimes I fall behind and then look at it, but it's nice, you know, just to kind of have something to work to. And I know my mom, like, as she gets older and is dealing with her health and everything, like for her, getting her 10K steps like every day is like a huge, just a goal for her. It's not just healthy body, it's healthy mind as well. You know, as we get older, it's just like something to do and something positive. And it does help your mind feel better by pumping, you know, the endorphins and all of that. So yeah, so excellent. Let's keep going. Got a ways to go still. So I just like to get a little bit more in depth and just give as much good advice as I can. You know, again, hopefully something will resonate with you. But like I was saying, you know, take care of your affairs, you know, but you might be able to relax and have some fun too. Like, you probably deserve it after all of this work and rushing and lessons, and starting anew can be really, I was thinking about this earlier. Starting anew, I mean, can be really crazy. Like, this week is my second week at my new job. And then it's also the week that my son is like starting to actually drive on his own to football practice and all this stuff. It's like, it's a big week, you know what I mean? And I've just been like really nice to myself, just like treating myself, not, you know, what you really need in your life. Here's the thing. I think really the key to being healthy is like, you know, your vices, you have to limit them, obviously. You can't be a total lush in everything, right? But you have to pick the things that you want to be a lush about and kind of make those highlight those, you know, on your list, and, you know, make those be your go-to, you know, and it's good to have like different ones. I always say this, like have a treat or a cheat for the weekend that you could do every weekend and still not be like really off track. You know what I mean? And then like do like a monthly treat, like your monthly treat, or even your bi-weekly cheat or treat, even if you just want to make it change your mindset, because it's not necessarily that a treat has to cheat on your diet. I've always said this, lots of videos on it. Treats not cheats. Also hashtag treats not cheats. But basically you would save the things that maybe are more unhealthy for the holidays, where it would be even, like once every 3 months or 2 months or something like that. So that way, you have yourself an allowable thing. Your body, if you stick to this kind of plan, your body will get to trust you more and know you more, and it's just going to make everything smoother, not to go through those big ups and downs and back and forths. And really the thing is, we just want to treat our body like a child and take care of its every need. Sleep, don't do the caffeine thing to where you can't sleep at night. That's really, really bad for you. You know what I mean? You gotta sleep, okay? You gotta drink water. You gotta sleep. You gotta get fiber, okay? You gotta get exercise. Like, you've gotta get rest. It's all about the hormones, and the hormones are regulated when you take care of yourself like a child. Take care of yourself. Have a little fun. Yeah. I mean, however you want to do it, to where you're not killing yourself on it. Like if you're, like deep down, if you've got a problem with something, then just try something else for a while. Replace it with something else that's a little bit better. That's really kind of the idea sometimes. You know what I mean? And we go through phases, and life is circular. You're going to have to relearn stuff. You're going to have to show up every day for whatever choice you make. So, spend some time thinking about, again, what you really want out of life. Like, what are you going to do when you get healthy? What are you going to do when you get skinny? Like, what do you get to a deeper level? Look at things in a different way than you have. Because if you don't change the way you're thinking, and the way you're seeing things, then you're going to continue to stay in the same place, because that's all you can see. So that's why, these getting the treats set and like, making it something that you can show up and go up like every single day where it's comfortable enough and you enjoy it. Your exercise program has to be enjoyable. It has to have variety. It has to account for different seasons, weather, etc. Okay, so upcoming this week and upcoming, or wait, didn't we say just a couple of days? Take it however you want to. Time is fluid, obviously. So you're focusing on your new life, which is good, because like I said, it's cyclical, and you can't just like one day, wake up and, oh, I have this new body, I have this new life, da 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 da. Like, you have to plan ahead. You have to buy your food in advance. You have to plan the menu. You have to make the food, prep the food, and pack it up so that you can take it to work or take it to wherever. And you have to plan not only for short things of time, but you have to plan for the long haul, like months and months. Like, you have to have a picture in your mind of what you want to see and what you're going to see, because otherwise, you won't know what you want if you don't know what you're going to get. Okay. So you've got to show up. Okay, you've got the plan. I think I still had this one down here, didn't I? I just like to go with it sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Take all the energies into account. Yeah. You got to plan ahead. You got to protect yourself. You got to know when to say no. Like, if people, a lot of times we're on diet, but once we get free food, watch out. And then if you're at work and they have free food, it's like, gosh, shit, nobody's going to see this. The calories that we consume and the fat grams that we consume in private are, they are seen in public, that sort of thing. So you have the capacity. I feel like you're there, like you're right there with the planning and careful consideration and careful, like, pay attention to the details. You know what I mean? Pay attention. Like, journaling is one of the best things you can do if you're trying to like lose weight and get healthy. Journaling and keeping track of like when you're eating and because when you have a journal and you write it, you actually write everything down, then you have to confront those things that you were eating that you didn't want to really confront, like you were just emotional eating, and you just, and that's what helps you to write it down, as you start to look over the days and you're like, oh, that's a pattern. I emotionally eat when I come home, because I was so hungry too that I didn't eat anything in the afternoon. I should have afternoon snack, and then I wouldn't have gone crazy right when I got home from work. Like, that's just, just planning ahead, knowing yourself, knowing what to expect. And this is the great part about getting older, is because you get to like realize things about yourself and just dig deeper within your own self. And that's why, like getting older, sometimes we can just keep getting better and better with age, and it is possible. I'm trying to show that that's possible, and I feel like I have been showing that that's possible, and I'm excited about doing it even more in the future. So that's the kind of optimism. You have to believe it. Like, if you're doing all of this work, if you're making it difficult on yourself without giving yourself the pleasure and the reward of imagining it and pretending it and loving yourself as if you have it. Let's say you're overweight, obese, and you really want to, slim down. You want to have a waistline. You want to feel better, inside and out about yourself. You need to believe it. You need to just jump. Okay. Because see, this is a lot of things people, they can't even see it. So why would they jump off the cliff? Why would they put all that energy into something if they aren't seeing it? Okay. I know this is blurry, but you can see the focus in dude's face. Are his eyes? So sorry, guys. I feel like his eyes. Why does my thing suck so bad? It's because it's in the dark. His eyes, yeah, they're open. Oh my gosh, this thing sucks so bad. What's this button do? Okay, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Sorry about that. Hope you guys are watching on fast forward. No, I'm all messed up. Okay, so yeah, you have to have that enthusiasm. You have to go, and then as soon as you start seeing any results, here's a key part. This is very key because it's all in your head. At a certain level, it is all in your head, okay? So you have to have that enthusiasm. You have to think you can. You have to, people say fake it till you make it, which I don't really like to say, but it's kind of that attitude. Like, you're not going to really take no for an answer. This is, it's sink or swim. It's do or die. Like, this is it. You packed all your shit and you're gone. Like, there is no turning back from this. It's a decision. It's something you're doing. And if you can't see yourself and say, oh, I'm there, I'm so happy, I love myself, I'm seeing it, then just celebrate the next closest milestone, or, the last milestone, or however you want to do it. Like, we can always find something to look back on and say, yes, you did a great job, and get that momentum started off of something else. Could be even unrelated that you've done. Well, if I can learn, accounting, hell, I can lose some weight. I can healthy up, like, you've done it. You've done something else, so you can do this too. It's just like learning to ride a bike, really, little more steps, because you have to go through things, but it's not complicated. It's really not. It's just honestly having the wherewithal to show up and to go up every single day, regardless, even when you don't see the pounds falling off, even when you don't see your muscles getting bigger or whatever. But like I said, as soon as you do see that, I don't give a fuck. Post it on Instagram, track your progress, be accountable, whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Live it up, stay positive, and focus on every single fucking, like, feel it. Like, this whole thing, it's like, oh, feel that water. It's all like splashing the best, most refreshing water on a hot day like you've ever had. It's just being handed to you out of the blue. Just like a walk I had yesterday in the rain, rainbows and everything. Oh, it was so freaking gorgeous. And it's like the best rainbow because I didn't have to go anywhere. I wasn't in a car like, oh, I have to drive away and keep driving. It was like, whoa, this is like here the whole way up the hill. And then at the top it like changed because I saw it from a different vantage point, and then on the way back it like disappeared. But we stood there. Even Rocky was like basically staring at it and like absorbing the energy. Like, he could feel that something was up. It was so cool. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So anyway, yeah, like you're not only feeling the splashes of this beautiful, emotions that are coming through from all the, the enthusiasm that you had and all the dedication and the planning and all of these things coming together. It feels so good. Like, yeah, you're running your hands through it. You're splashing on your face, but look, you're also collecting it. So it's just like all that goodness is just going to like overflow and like flood your whole life, which is great. So it's going to make you feel very comfortable and very in charge. You're going to be large and in charge, but not large and in charge. We've got this poofy dress on, but you can tell she a little healthy Sally back there for sure. Just, emanating radiance. And also, most importantly, being very, not only mentally with the swords, but emotionally, because obviously if somebody's freaking out, we don't think they're very intelligent. If somebody's acting crazy emotionally, we don't really think, hey, that's an intelligent thing to do. So, they're very connected, but so emotionally and mentally, just like feeling very secure, feeling very powerful, and also feeling very balanced. And, it's a good way to, it keeps you humble too, to like make such a big change like that. I feel like it's just something that it's honestly like being fit and being healthy is a status symbol. So not that like anybody's like keeping track or that it should be about keeping up with the Joneses or something, but there's a certain feeling that you get that is also can help you, when you need your motivation, is to think about that aspect. Think about the really, truly powerful, deep aspects that come along. Think about the things you never thought of before. Like, yeah, you want a skinny waist, you want to look good in this swimsuit or whatever. But what are some other things? Make a list of things that just use your imagination. Just things that just may happen if you reach goal weight, or if you reach, 20 miles, or like whatever goal that you set for yourself. I'm talking about weight because a lot of people are obsessed with weight, but weight's not even the best. I think waist circumference is much better, honestly, but I'm not going to get all into that right now. We've still got a little ways to go. So I've already pulled a couple of cards, and I do want to just touch base, like with the counselor thing and the kids and the healing and the meditation and the contemplation. Like, obviously, these are strong signs as to, like, what to do. But you don't have to take it and be all serious about it. You don't have to say, I'm going to meditate. Like, this is telling us to, like, do it in a way that where you're having fun with it, where you're being intuitive with it. You don't necessarily set the plan and say, this is what I'm going to do when I'm going to do it. You can try to do that and see if it works out for you. Maybe you're in sync, but maybe you just need to kind of go with the flow and pay attention to your higher counselors and ask for, the angels to help you, and ask for God, and ask for the universe, and ask for whatever, however you want to phrase it, whoever, different angels and different things that you want to, just energies. Even a lot of people just kind of, I found just kind of like, I don't know if they would even call it pray, but just like meditate on or contemplate, certain different energies. And I've done a lot of that in like a Native American sweat lodge. So that was really interesting kind of to go through that and learn to think about things in a different way in that sense as well. Just like seeing a lot of things in a different way. And so, yeah. From all of this work that we're going to be doing this week, like that was the power read right there. Like that last one was like what we're doing like right now, setting off into the rest of this week or so. And so like that is what we need to do. And so now we're moving a little bit further into the future. Okay. And you need to, again, like draw those lines. Like this is why I was calling myself a raw vegan, even though I'm really not. And I didn't even change a lot. I still use the Raw Till 4 backup plan and all this stuff. But it's like I just do it more because I said it, because I made it happen, because I said it and I believed it. Like even though I didn't hit the moon, I was shooting for the stars. So it's great. You know what I mean? Like I got a little bit better, and that's really all you can really aim to do is just like wake up each day, like each night. Like it's a new day. It's a new night. It's a new, it's a new 3-hour period. It's a new 6-hour period. Like a lot of times, if you break it down, sometimes it gets you more momentum. Like if you break it into smaller little quantities, and again, do not restrict. Oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, do not restrict. Okay, you're eating a lot. You're eating a lot of fresh, whole, healthy foods from the garden that are gifts from God, that grew from the sun. That is a whole food. Like, I don't care if you cook it or not. Like, I could live in the Okinawan, some of the longest lived people on life will just live on like 85% eating like sweet potatoes, like traditional Okinawans. Yeah. So just like, you don't need to eat